for the United States of America, the best is yet to come.
4 more years. This morning, America re-elects President Barack Obama as Democrats across the country rejoice. Republicans shed tears after Mitt Romney fought for every vote but came up short.
Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock, and this morning it is victory for President Barack Obama.
He has won a re-election to a second term in the White House with 303 electoral votes to challenger Mitt Romney's 206. Let's get the latest now from NBC2's Tracy Potts. She's live for us in Chicago at the site of Obama's victory party, where it has been a very long night. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, everyone from Chicago. What a difference a day makes. Remember, yesterday we were talking about not even knowing perhaps the winner of this election the day after, the morning after. Well, turns out, even though there were still some major states undeclared, we did have a projected winner, those 270 electoral votes for President Obama. A burst of emotion at the Obama victory party in Chicago the moment the race was called. And early this morning, celebrations around the country, from New York to Los Angeles and the White House, where President Obama will spend 4 more years.
Whether I earned your vote or not, I have listened to you. I have learned from you. And you've made me a better president. We are not as divided as our politics suggests. We're not as cynical as the pundits believe. We are greater than the sum of our individual ambitions, and we remain more than a collection of red states and blue states. We are and forever will be the United States of America.
His speech came after a call from Mitt Romney, who told supporters in Boston he gave it his all and insisted Washington must come together.
The nation, as you know, is at a critical point. At a time like this, we can't risk partisan bickering and political posturing. Our leaders have to reach across the aisle to do the people's work.
The Romney family has chosen to give back to America through public service, and that is a legacy that we honor and applaud tonight.
The president won with slim majorities in key states: Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Iowa, Colorado, New Hampshire. Virginia and Nevada weren't called till early this morning after he was declared the projected winner. Still outstanding, Florida, where at 2 a.m. people were still in line voting. And we also hear that they are still this morning counting those ballots. It could be this afternoon before they're done. That's the latest from Chicago. I'm Tracy Potts. Back to you.
All right, Tracy, thank you. It is 6:03 right now, and of course we had a rainy voting day yesterday, and now we're into some cooler temperatures as we wake up this morning. Let's get the latest with Jason Dunning, who's in for Haley Webb this morning.
Hey, good morning, Clay and Krista. What a big difference from yesterday morning when we started out in the middle 60s, and now in the wake of yesterday's cool front, some places as much as 10 degrees cooler, like LaBelle down to 56 degrees. A lot of our inland communities actually cooling off to the middle 50s from Moorhaven through Clewiston there just south of the lake, and then across urban southwest Florida, mostly upper 50s across Lee County from Fort Myers to Cape Coral around 58 to 59 degrees. Even as far south as Collier County around North Naples, cooling off to the upper 50s. So the air definitely has that cool and crisp feel this Wednesday morning. Here's a live look at the satellite and radar at 6:03. Scanning your skies, all the moisture down to our south in association with that cool front. So no rain in the forecast today. However, there's a little bit of moisture that will get transported in from the Gulf of Mexico, and you can pick out some of those patchy clouds here on the satellite. So we'll see the clouds mixing in with sunshine at times as we go through the day. Here's a breakdown of your forecast. Temperatures only warming up to around 70 by 12 o'clock. And then get capped off in the low to middle 70s. So instead of topping out close to 80 degrees today, most of us only warm up to around 73 and 74. We're also going to notice a pretty marked drop in humidity. Humidity continues to drop as we head through this afternoon. By 5 o'clock, our temperatures are only around 70 degrees. I want to show you this. Here's another way to look at it. Our forecast mode will start the clock around 8. Most of us starting out in the upper 50s to lower 60s. And as we fast forward through this afternoon around 2 o'clock, we typically see our high temperature for today. Most spots only getting up to around 74, 73. Look at Arcadia, only 69. Even cooler tonight. We'll have a breakdown of tonight's forecast coming up at 6:12.
All right, Jason, thanks. Good morning, everybody. We are going to take a live look real quick at Daniels and I-75. It's an area that we've been focusing on a lot because of last night's tractor-trailer accident. Still causing some traffic issues there. Again, Daniels and 75, mile marker 131. Danielle Kaliniak is going to tell us more about that in just a little bit. But first, I want to give you an update on other road conditions throughout Southwest Florida. We're looking pretty good. I-75 is all clear. 41 is all clear, so you shouldn't run into too many issues this morning unless you might be headed again to Daniels and 75. Right now, we're going to send it to our own Danielle Kaliniak, who is live at the scene for us. Danielle, can you give us a quick update on what's going on there?
Good morning. Well, I want to give you guys a live look right now. We are on right now eastbound of Daniels Parkway, and right now traffic is being diverted just onto one lane along Daniels Parkway. This is just before the I-75 southbound ramp, and it's all because of that right there, that hole in the overpass of the I-70 or the Daniels Parkway. Now here's how it all happened. Yesterday around 3 p.m., a tractor trailer carrying a piece of equipment struck the overpass on Daniels Parkway. Now luckily nobody was injured, but clearly there's some serious damage done to the structure. Now FHP is handling the investigation, and they tell us it can take a couple of days for them to completely repair the overpass. Now this morning, I-75 ramp over just before the Daniels Parkway is, like I said, diverted into just one lane. So as you're heading out the door this morning, you want to give yourself some extra time because, of course, it's going to be some onlooker delays since it's quite the site. And again, just one area just blocked off right here. We're standing in the median right here, and I can notice to the right of me, all lanes on this side, the westbound area of Daniels Parkway is open. Of course, count on us for more updates. For Live in Fort Myers this morning, Danielle Kaliniak, NBC2.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Also developing this morning, voter frustration.
It was very stuffy and long, tiring, boring, and aggravating when you consider for a potential of 3,400 voters using this polling place, they had one scanner.
This morning, NBC2 is working to get answers to why something wasn't done to alleviate these long lines in Lee County on Election Day. NBC2's Clifton French is live from the Lee County Elections Office this morning. Clifton, I understand you have some new information for us.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking, we talked to Lee County Supervisor of Elections, Sharon Harrington, at 2:30 this morning. She was here late, like a lot of people were late in lines. When she came out of her office at 2:30 this morning, here's what she had to say.
It's very late. I'm going home. I will have a press release in the morning. I'm extremely tired, and I really don't want to make any comments this evening, but I will make sure everybody has a press release tomorrow.
Now, we are waiting for that press release right now. You know, we've been trying to figure out exactly what happened and why more machines just weren't provided. We did get our hands on a letter from the Assistant Supervisor of Elections. He was sending that to a voter who had some complaints. There he said more machines just weren't an option. He said, quote, "We only have 15 pre-tested units that can be deployed in case we experience a malfunction. We have been reviewing requests for additional tabulators on a case-by-case basis. If we have an extreme situation or problematic tabulator, they are being replaced by need." Now that was last night. Obviously a lot of long lines, a lot of need for a lot of voters out there last night. We learned there are 20 machines that are used strictly for training. They cannot be used in any other fashion, so those couldn't be sent out. We also learned there were 6 more machines that were down for repairs, so we're still waiting to talk to Sharon this morning. Don't know when she's going to get in. She had obviously had a pretty long night last night. I'm reporting live in downtown Fort Myers. Clifton French, NBC2.
Yeah, we still have lots of questions for her, and I'm sure
she's going to have a lot of questions, yes, for sure. And there's a lot of people last night that may not have been able to really watch the election because they were standing in line. They were standing in line. But yeah, a lot of people doing their due diligence, though. They stood in line, though, and they waited those sometimes 6 hours to vote.
And
that's
I know,
pretty amazing.
Yeah, people I talked to, they were still pretty pleasant despite the long lines.
Yeah,
so that was nice.
It's unfortunate that you have a mechanical issue, you know, or low amounts of scanners. It is 6:09 right now. It is great to be with you on this Wednesday morning, and here we go again, developing right now another storm heading into the Northeast.
That means another round of canceled flights. We're breaking down the travel trouble spots next on NBC2 News Today. Stick around.
Yeah, and yesterday we were tracking rain all across southwest Florida, but today it's all about temperatures as a cool, dry air mass starts to settle in. Temperatures by noon only up to 70, topping out in the low to middle 70s through the afternoon, and the chill returns to the air tonight. We'll preview that forecast coming up next.